have not scripted this and I have not made a video, it seems, in like 1,000 years. So I feel like I should introduce myself maybe. Hi, I'm Ariane. I am a French illustrator. I have had a YouTube channel for a year and a half maybe, and lately I haven't made a lot of videos because I have focused a lot on my Patreon. I also have made less videos because I feel like I've wanted to shift my focus to sharing my illustration journey, which is that I am a brand new baby illustrator. I have been an artist for, I guess, my whole life, but I have tried to become an illustrator, a self-taught illustrator for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, a year. And I gotta tell you, like, being an artist and being an illustrator, two different things. Like, what difference is there between a regular artist and an illustrator, you might ask? I guess to me, it's the focus on wanting to have storytelling in each and every one of my illustrations, which has been something that I have wanted to do forever, and is something that I have felt always that was, you know, something that I cannot reach. That is something that is either too childish of a thing to want for myself, or just something that's not a real job, you know? And being a regular artist, like painting portraits, using oil paints and all that, it felt like a very, much more like a real job that I could want and aspire to. And as of today, I still struggle with this because part of me still feels like maybe I should be pursuing fine art. Maybe I should be pursuing this because I feel like fine art is a thing that I'm much more talented at naturally than illustration. But once again, I have never formally learned illustration, so maybe it's just me being scared. I don't know, tell me what you think. I do on the side have a day job, which is time consuming. It is full time, and I wish I could quit it, but I'm not about to quit it and have no financial support whatsoever, which I'm not complaining. I am not complaining, just saying that's why sometimes juggling the video making content for Instagram, making content for Patreon, everything, it's just a little bit much. And I have structured my Patreon a lot more ever since I have started to write a picture book. So I've been working on this. And I wish I could tell you like, oh, it's gonna take me a year, but the truth is, I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but it's a nice exercise working on illustrating a picture book, I guess. But today, I want to show you something else. In true old school Ariane fashion, I want to do a sketchbook tour, and the sketchbook tour that I want to do is inside of this beautiful vegan leather bound notebook that I purchased from my friend Constance, who has a small business. She's French like me. Small business of leather work, and she does these notebooks. They're called notebooks and they're book binders, very sweet. I want to show you my watercolor sketchbook, which is a sketchbook that I do more finished work. I'm working on an illustration collection for my shop for this autumn, and I think it's gonna be sweet. I think it's gonna be cute. I'm doing a very minimal collection. I think there's gonna be maybe 2 illustrations or 3, maybe 4 tops, but I think I'm aiming for like 2 or 3. And then you can purchase the originals, and there's gonna be a limited edition prints series and limited edition stickers as well. And I think I have blabbered on a little bit too much, but I'm gonna show you the inside of this sketchbook, and you're gonna have a peek into my future collection, autumn collection, which I think is going to be sweet. But yeah, I'm going to show you the inside of my watercolor sketchbook, and brace yourselves, it's going to be both cute and sometimes very ugly. Okay, can we first take a second to admire the beauty of this little notebook? I think it's really, really beautiful. It's vegan leather. At the moment, my friend is doing pre-orders, and when she does pre-orders for these notebooks, they're on sale, so it's kind of have now or never if you want to have one. And I did sew myself. She taught me how to do it, my friend. I did sew this little tag that is made by an illustrator and ceramicist that I've mentioned 1,000 times. Her name is Apolline Muet, and she has made this beautiful teacup that I was drinking out of. She's a cute person, she's very nice, she's very sweet, and she did a collab with a sewing brand called Domum, and it's written tenderness in French right here. So it's got the little flaps that you can put things in. I put stickers inside of the little flaps, and this is my watercolor sketchbook. Very beautiful. It's a Stillman and Byrne one, and this is an Odd Rabbit sticker. This is a Marie-Lou Parisot sticker. She's a French illustrator as well. I'll write it in if I have the time and if I remember to do so. And I did stick another notebook inside of it, and this is a Leuchtturm notebook, and it's the notebook that I write my little story in, the little story that I'm writing a picture book with. So yeah, this is by Anna Siena, I think that's her name, a Swedish artist, if I'm not mistaken. That is Marie-Lou Parisot as well. And this is Lena Cadabra. She's a French illustrator and she's amazing. Yeah, so I have purchased this to make me want to use my watercolor sketchbook more. And I think it's been working. I've been using it more. First time I used it, it was for a commission. I used it to work on a commission for my sister, actually. I don't do a lot of commission work, and I would love to do more commission work, so I'm always grateful. And that is a design for a bookmark. That is a design for a sticker that I redid here. No, that's the redo. That was the first one, and that is the redo. And she asked me to design kind of a branded book bundle so that she could gift books, because she loves to give gifts, and she gifts books, and when she gifts them with a little bookmark, and she puts a little sticker on the gift, and it's all very sweet. And there was also an illustration for an ex libris stamp that she can now stamp her books with. Maybe I can include the clips here. I did film some clips, so maybe I can include them here. But yeah, I think the sketchbook page looks like nothing much. I don't know. I've seen it so much that now I kind of hate it. But maybe in a few years when I look back, I will like it more. But I think the color palette is a little bit weird. But weird nice, maybe? I don't know. That was back when I only exclusively used hot pink as my underpainting, and now I try to use other colors as well. So I don't know. These little sketches were, what were they actually? I don't know. I did some sketches in my secret sketchbook of wood made stuff, of stuff made out of wood, and I was trying to maybe reproduce the texture of wood with a painting. I did this. I love the color palette. I love it, the whole mood. It's very different from what I usually do. I usually have a very fluorescent style. I don't use a lot of muted colors. Well, I didn't at the time. And it's always nice to use more muted colors. You can get so much more moody, and I like it. I want to do it more. I've been trying to do it more, so there's that, a little study of chairs and teapots. And then I was considering joining, what was this challenge? I have tried and failed at joining so many Instagram challenges, and this one I think was Bug Week by Koza, Cornelia, I don't know her last name, but Koza on Instagram. Tried to join Bug Week, drew one bug and then quit. And then I was starting to think up my new collection, and what I knew was I wanted to do something different from the previous collection, but also something that fits in with the previous collection. What I did here is I did a very precise underdrawing with a very fine line. I think it was actually just a random Bic pencil, you know, the Criterium, and I liked it. And then the colors that I used to color it in, I didn't like that much. I felt like I want to have a very autumnal collection, and I feel like these colors aren't very autumnal. They're very cold and not the colors that I want. So then I tried to change up the underpaintings so that I could switch up the mood. And I did this little study of one mushroom that I think is quite hideous. I don't know, I'm not a fan of this study, but it did give me a few hints on what colors could, you know, give away a type of autumnal mood. And I think the top ones are very much more autumnal, and then the bottom ones, this one is very cold, and this one is very weird, you know, Alice vibes. So I don't know. So then I tried to do another very much more precise pencil drawing, and to have a more autumnal mood. And I don't know, I like it. I quite like it, but also I hate it. And I don't know why. I think the balance between how precise it is and how loose it should be isn't good. I think I want to be looser than that. And I think being tighter in the way that I draw doesn't feel like me. I have an example of an illustration that is actually my Patreon illustration for the month of August. And this illustration, you could say, is a little tight, but also very loose. And what I mean by tight is, you know, it's very defined. The colors are very defined, like there are zones that are, it's very readable, but also the shape language is quite loose. It's very wonky, it's very wonky. And then there are certain parts of the drawing that are not wonky at all, but they're also very simple. And I think this is a style that is perfect for some things, and also I would love to be even looser sometimes. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure things out. And if you like this, know that you have until the 31st of August to subscribe to my paying patron to get one in the mail. The shipping is free, so please consider joining my Patreon, especially if you like this, and you will get a cute sticker as well, cute glittering sticker. You might get this one as a perk as well. I like this one. How cute is this? Can you see it? How much it glitters. Anyways, to the point, yeah, I think this is too much in the details and then not enough. I don't know if you know if you follow what I mean, but it feels a little bit too stuck up for me. Then I tried to do something very much simpler. I think what happened here is I'm not really a fan of the drawing that I made, of the underdrawing. I wasn't sure about, you know, the shape of the drawing. I wasn't sure about the position. I wasn't sure about it. And that's why I'm not satisfied with the result. Also, I should not have added the background color because it kind of closes it off. And yeah, I should have done a better base drawing, but I think somehow I kind of like it now that I've thought about it more. But still a little stuck up. It's still a fine line between how stuck up it is and how looser it could be, and some areas could be more precise and other could be looser. I don't have a very much more precise analysis to give you. I did at this point start mixing in some of my Holbein acrylic washes to make some cute browns and cute green browns and cute oranges and terracottas, and then I fell back in love with the colors of the Holbein acrylic wash. it's the colors, isn't it? That's how they get you. They have beautiful, beautiful colors and they're so amazing. I don't know, I was living a moment of kind of hating how dull my watercolors can look sometimes, and I was researching more brightness, and maybe the acrylic gouaches can give me that, be brighter. And so I tried to research the color palette for an autumnal collection, and that is what I came up with. And then I did this little drawing, this little sketch. I tried to color it in, I tried to use my usual, because usually what I will do, what I've been doing recently is I do an underdrawing with a pencil or a colored pencil, and then I paint it with a mix of acrylic gouaches, acrylic ink, and watercolor ink and watercolor, and then I will go on top of the drawing with fountain pen, and I do the line work with the fountain pen. This paper isn't the best for fountain pen. My fountain pen doesn't work really good on this paper. I tried this, and then I went into a rabbit hole of looking through Rebecca Green's art, and I have been following her on Patreon for a while, and I love her art. And what I love about her art is how simple it is, yet how much she masters every single skill, like line work and then texture, building up depth, building up, most of all it's the texture, line work and texture, and her characters are very sweet. And so I did take out my Holbein acrylic gouaches again and try to work out a new palette with these 6 colors, and then I mixed in all these other colors with these 6 colors. And I think this little buddy, this tiny little buddy, is really freaking sweet and is really something that I want to gravitate towards. And then I tried to do a bigger illustration, but once again, the trap that I fell into is that I didn't quite like the base illustration that I had done, and I tried to color it in despite that, and same with this one. I should have spent maybe more time working out a better base illustration, because then again, when I tried to color it in, it just looked meh. And then I fucked up the eyes, and I tried to correct it, and it was just too cakey as I wrote. And this one I felt was too stuck up, and then the perspective was wrong. And it's nice when it's wrong sometimes, but you know, it must feel intentional, and this wasn't intentional at all. And then I tried to switch it up and to just have a very rough sketch with how do you call that? Is it like a charcoal? It's kind of like charcoal. Oh, it's there. It's right there. Kind of like a charcoal carbon. It's by Renaissance Polska. It's my friend Werka. I've mentioned Werka 1,000 times. She gave me this. It's her staple. She uses it all the time, and I stole it from her. She gifted it to me. And it's got such a nice texture. Well, I tested out how dry it is. I don't usually go for dry mediums, mediums that sound dry. It's not my favorite sound in the world, but the texture it gives off is very cute. It makes me think about this French illustrator, Olivier Talek, who does beautiful books. He does these kinds of illustrations. Makes me think of him. Very textured, very cute. So the textures that I came out with on this one makes me think of him. And I like them better. I like them a whole lot better. But I'm still not 100% convinced that I want to do more of this in the future. But I don't want my illustrations for the new collection to have a background, because the spring collection didn't have a background. It was like just a single spot drawing, and I think I want to do spot drawings for this collection. But I want to keep that in mind, and I think these explorations were really nice to do and really important to do, and I want to continue doing that. So that's everything that I have to show you today. I think I blabbered a lot. I think I blabbered a whole lot, and now I need to go edit this and put this up, because I used to put videos up on Mondays and I wish I could start doing that again. I will see you next week. Please consider subscribing to my Patreon, and even as a free member you get a lot of perks, a lot of videos, a lot of podcasts. You get access to my book, which I have started writing, and it's all very nice and fun, and I spend a lot more time there than I do spend here on Instagram. And yes, these panko clamps are new and I like them as a prop, but other than that, I quite hate them. See you soon. Ta-ta. Pip pip.